Bienvenue na podcast La Via.
Racism is finances, number one, and number two is skin color. Now, the finances is number one. Check this. When racism first started, it was based upon a race. That's where race came from, right? So you had England versus Portugal versus Spain versus France versus Italy versus the Dutch, so forth. So these colonizers went in Africa, took the bodies to build their colonies. So this is why you see Americas, right? The North, Central, and South speaking all kind of languages, all the way from French to Spanish and even English, right? Now, the concept of racism and color did not come in until actually about the 1700s. But as I said, it's finances number one. So fast forwarding to today, the way racism works today, because this word gets thrown around way too often, way too frequently, and some of you are losing track of what racism is. Let me tell you, racism, finances number one, skin color second. This is why you have poor Caucasians, and this is why you have bougie, wealthy blacks that have sold out their people. It's finances number one. It's a culture. When a Caucasian, blonde-haired, blue-eyed girl graduates from college and starts filling out those applications, and at the same time, you have a black male, dark skin, someone that looks like me, filling out applications, the way racism works, you employ that white girl. The way racism works, you keep that black man unemployed. Why? Because money is power. Money can get you resources. And if there's a concept of black genocide and keeping black people down, you have to keep them away from what? The instrument of money. So by keeping him away from the instrument of money, he can't pull up his family, he can't pull up his community, and he can't pull up his people. Right? So now you got a 25-year-old white girl making $100,000, and you have a 25-year-old black man can barely find a job. So what happens during that next 12 months? The next 12 months, this black man's struggling to find work, struggling to bring in money, right? Capital, power. At the same time, you have this white girl making $100,000. So now she's able to save up. Now she has 30, 40 grand saved up to do what? Possibly open up a business, explore the world, do whatever she wants, gather resources if she wants. Meanwhile, the black man that has no job cannot do any of these things. So why is this important? When you have someone like me that's doing above average, compared to the average black man in the United States, not to brag or anything, just keeping it real. When you have someone like me that actually has some finances, that has some capital, I'm able to do what? I'm able to buy land wherever I see fit. If I want to buy land in West Africa, I buy land in West Africa. If I want to buy land in East Africa, I buy land in East Africa. If I want to buy land in the Caribbean, I buy land in the Caribbean. What does this do? This allows me to gather resources. I can grow crops. I can build housing. I can build a school. Whatever I see fit, I can build something on top of that land to do what? To give black people jobs, to sell my agriculture to black people for whatever price I see fit, because it's mine. When you have a system and you have an agenda that wants to deteriorate black people, you have to keep people like me out of the employment sector. That's why even with a master's, it's extremely difficult for someone like me to come from a culture like I do to get inside those government agencies. Trust me, I've tried. And it's damn near impossible because they know the concept of racism. It's a real thing. You just don't care. Because your life is lavish, so why care about the next person? This is racism 101. This is how it works. Keep the black man away from the money, and he will therefore not be able to help his people. Keep the white woman employed and all that good shit so that they can be nonchalant about life and not be so rebellious. Why would that white girl, 25 years old, making $100,000, why would she rebel against the system? It's working for her. So there's no need to rebel. So that's racism 101. I can go on this all day, all week, all month, all year. But those are just the basics. We'll talk more on the network. Peace.